Here we are in Spark's Enterprise Architect. The SmartFacts plugin has already been installed. First, we make sure it is activated. We do that via the Specialize menu under SmartFacts, where we can start or restart the plugin. Once the plugin is running, we select the SmartFacts project from the list of projects that has been configured on the SmartFacts platform. In the list of projects, we find those projects marked bold, which contain the currently loaded Enterprise Architect model. So we select one of them. For this project, an association to the corresponding Doors Next project area has already been defined in an earlier step. Before we start working with links, we need to select a global configuration as our working context. This works exactly the same way as selecting a global configuration in Doors Next. Although global configurations are defined in the Global Configuration Management application within JAS, SmartFacts provides direct access to them. So we select the appropriate global configuration directly here in the plugin. After selecting the global configuration, we can inspect its composition. We see all referenced local configurations. If the configuration has changed recently, we can refresh it using the Refresh button. And if needed, we can navigate directly into the Global Config Management application to adjust the global configuration itself. Now, from this configuration, we load the Doors Next requirements via the Local menu into the plugin. This gives us a one-to-one representation of the Doors Next local configuration inside Enterprise Architect. It's important to understand that these requirements are not synchronized into the EA model. They are loaded into the plugin view only. However, we can inspect all requirement attributes at any time by opening the Preview UI from the Local Context menu. Now we are ready to create links between the SysML model and the Doors Next requirements. To create a link, we simply select a model element on the left and a requirement on the right. Then, via the Requirements Context menu, we choose a link type and establish the link. The most recently used link type always appears at the top of the list for convenience. If no element is selected in the diagram and we create a link, the link will be established between the entire diagram and the requirement. You'll notice a vertical blue bar next to linked requirements. This indicates that the requirement carries at least one link. If we hover over that marker, a pop-up shows exactly which model element or diagram is linked. It's also possible to link multiple requirements at once to a single SysML element. We just select multiple requirements using the checkboxes, choose the link type, and establish all links in one step. Now, while this hierarchical view is ideal for detailed work and adding links, sometimes we just want to see all links related to the currently open diagram or selected element in a flat list. For that, we switch to the List of Links tab. This tab always displays all links of the active diagram or selected element. If we switch to another diagram, the list updates automatically. Now let's look at why selecting the correct global configuration is so important. Currently, we are working in the initial stream. If we switch to a different stream, the composition of the global configuration changes, and as a result, we may see different links. This clearly shows that links are configuration aware and fully subject to global configuration management. We now switch back to the initial stream. From here, we can navigate directly to Doors Next using the context menu option, Open in Original Tool. This takes us automatically to the correct Doors Next project area, into the correct global configuration, with the correct local configuration loaded and the requirement pre-selected. Here we see the links we just created. One link points to a specific model element. The other points to the entire diagram. When we hover over the diagram link, a live preview opens. This is much more than a static image. We can zoom and pan. We can select elements inside the diagram. And we can open a property grid showing all properties of the selected elements. When hovering over a link to a model element, we see its properties. There is also a Referenced By section that shows all diagrams referencing this element, allowing direct navigation. Effectively, the SysML model is accessible directly from within Doors Next. Now let's create a link from the other direction. We select another requirement in Doors Next and add a link. A powerful model picker opens. We can select elements from favorites, search the model, or navigate using the breadcrumb and full model tree. Let's search for our diagram. We select a search result, select a model element from the preview, and create the link. We verify that the link points to the correct element and diagram. Now we switch back to Enterprise Architect. The link is immediately visible here as well. This demonstrates that link management is fully bidirectional. Links can be created, removed, inspected, and navigated from both sides. All links are centrally managed, bidirectional, and configuration-aware. Our goal is always to provide the full authoring experience directly inside the engineering tools, whether that is Enterprise Architect, Doors Next, or others. At the same time, SmartFacts also provides its own user interface. If users prefer not to work inside the authoring tools, they can manage traceability directly within the SmartFacts platform. Here as well, we select a global configuration context. We load the Doors Next local configuration. Linked requirements are marked in blue. Hovering over the marker opens the linked model element or diagram. With the SysML model on the left and the requirement structure on the right, we simply select an element, select a requirement, click Add Link, verify the preview, and confirm. So overall, maintaining configuration-aware traceability with SmartFacts is supported directly inside all connected authoring tools, as well as within the SmartFacts platform itself. All links remain bidirectional, centrally indexed, and fully managed under global configuration management.